Once again, this is ELLC, week 9. I have an agent, like I said, that actually sends me emails Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. for motivational messages for my daughter and for my son. And I have a man that sends me a newsletter every Sunday, and that's how I put out my newsletter. So I actually told it exactly what I need for the whole newsletter, even a chapter of my book, because I trained it on my book. I uploaded my book. So every Sunday it even pulls a chapter out of my book, gives me a tip of the week, gives me a prompt and everything. Manus does that whole newsletter for me. So that means I don't have to do all that researching. Every day I get about 10 emails of AI stories from different AI companies. And I particularly say where I want these feeds to come from. So angelic agents are going to be the first thing that kind of replaces humans at certain tasks. We'll touch on that a little bit on here, but today, no games, all right? Can y'all please, in the back, make sure that we ain't playing games? So today, you don't need to be logged in. Today, we're gonna be talking about prompting. And I want you to pay attention because we went over prompting already. And I'll show you one of the reasons that I think this is very important. And especially for y'all, because you can make money with this. Like, you can make money now. And you can even change how you use this, because I advise you to start using AI and these GPTs and the image to the text to image, the text to video, the image to video. Like, I advise you to use these tools, even if it has to be the free version, because I know you're young and you ain't got the money for the paid version. I just canceled my Claude subscription because I'm all over the place with subscriptions. So it gets to be a little crazy, and I realize I don't use Claude like that. You know what I'm saying? So, but prompting is the key, and I'm gonna show you why. So today we're talking about building your prompt library. I know we went over prompting, but today we're gonna be talking about prompting framework. And I'm gonna show you how you can make money, because I'm gonna show you how I put together something for realtors. Save time and get better AI results every time. Building your prompt library. This is actually mine. I've had this for a long time. This is actually my prompt library that I have in Notion. I know we talk about Notion AI. Notion.ai is something that I would believe that every content creator who somebody uses Notion AI. You can actually use it too. They have a free version. You can store things there. You could create things there. You can have things you can sell from there. Your calendar can be there, tips. Everything can be on Notion AI. And one more thing I want to let you guys know, 90% of content creators on social media are making less than $100,000 a year. Once again, 90% of the people you see on social media, content creators, where you be thinking they rich and they getting money, only 90% of them, only 10% of them are really making money. So y'all know that. So even if you get into that field of being a content creator and think like that's the way to go, it's not easy. It is very hard also to get into that field. So it's the hardest person that works is going to be the one that wins. So look at my prompt library. I'm dealing with everything. I'm dealing with from copywriting, content creation frameworks, Instagram story ideas, landing page, website copy prompts, quick sales. You see my little logo there? Essay writing prompts, health, fun, music. So today we're going to learn how to save and organize your best prompts. Last week we explored AI abbreviations, right? That's what we did last week. So I just want y'all to put this in your head, because you're going to have an assignment this week, everybody. So ain't nobody going to be excluded. And we are going to want you to put it in a way where you can email it to us, because I want everybody, like next week, I ain't even getting up here. It's going to be y'all. So I'm telling you now, you could come up with 1 prompt or 3 prompts. The more prompts you come up with, maybe Mr. Marvin will bless you a little bit more, whoever, you know what I'm saying? But you're going to come up next week. You're going to take this. I'll send you the PDF if we can. I guess we'll email everybody, because next week, I don't even want to present. I want everybody to show me your frameworks. You should be coming up with frameworks in the sneaker realm, because I know if you're using AI, you're prompting a lot. So that's the whole key to understanding why we're talking about this today. So this is my flyer for my prompting business. I am a prompt engineer, and I don't deal with prompting as far as with Musa, because Musa would work alongside the prompt engineer in his business if the team was correct. He would work alongside a data scientist, and I'm a prompt engineer where I consult companies on the best ways to use prompts. So this is my flyer, Unlock Your Real Estate Edge with AI. This is the logo I put together, AI Realtor Prompt Vault, AI Realtor by AI Erik Prompt Vault. Revolutionize your real estate business with 50 professionally crafted AI prompts built exclusively for realtors, designed to boost your listings, marketing, and lead generation instantly. Get the AI Realtor Vault and live custom GPT setup. So the reason I'm doing that is because I kept trying to figure out how can I deliver this to the client without them stealing it and just giving it to everybody else. And I still haven't figured that out because I'm still probably gonna have to at least give them access to the 50 where they could say, pull this up, and then the 50 prompts, like the 50 indexes that will lead you to those. And I'll show you that because I'm gonna show you out of my 50 prompts, number 5. So I came up with what I'm gonna do is give them a custom GPT. So I built a custom GPT. It's called the AI Realtor Vault. And I have trained it with the 50 prompts, the instructions, heavy instructions though, on really what I need you to do. Because what happens is when I sell these 50 prompts to a realtor and he wants to go to prompt 17, all he has to do is say to the ChatGPT that part, pull up 17. If it's 7 variables he has to pull in, put the 7 variables in, boom, it's done. Instead of him going to the computer trying to figure out what to write. You understand what I'm saying? That's why it's a prompt framework, you can make some money. So this is number 5. And I wasn't even going to show this. This is why it's not numbered, but I wanted to show you why I think it's important because I'm doing this. So this is number 5 out of 50 frameworks that I have for realtors. The coming soon teaser builds anticipation for a property before it hits the market. Act as a savvy real estate marketer. Write a coming soon teaser post for a property that is not yet on the market. Do not reveal the address or price, because then if you do that, they're gonna go to the place without you and try to undercut you. Property hint, general location. So this right here is the variable. This is where the blank will go in. So what you're gonna do is general location. You're gonna put, say for instance, neighborhood, a quiet street. The heart of, you're gonna put the neighborhood right here. I might put the south side, and then right here I'm gonna put quiet street in Mount Vernon, New York. So all I'm filling out is this and this, Mount Vernon, New York. Then type, charming 3-bedroom ranch, spacious 5-bedroom colonial, 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom. This is going to go here. Property type is already there. Most exciting feature, highlight one amazing feature, a brand new gourmet kitchen, a backyard oasis with a pool you have to see, a swing or whatever you could put here. Your goal is to create curiosity in with a call to action like DM me the first to know when this hits the market. So boom, this is what will come from that. So instead of you having to figure out what to write, you already have that framework, the coming soon framework. So anytime this arises within your realtor business, just go get that framework, fill in those. What did we have to fill in actually? 1, 2, 3, 4 things to actually come up with this. So this is the whole goal. Coming soon, and it's a showstopper. Acting as your savvy real estate marketer. Here's the preview. So they wouldn't see this, but this is what they would see. Something special is quietly taking shape in the heart of Brookfield Heights, because I had filled this in already. And trust me, you're going to want to keep an eye on this one. This charming 3-bedroom ranch is packed with character, but the real jaw dropper, a brand new gourmet kitchen with waterfall counters and chef-grade appliances. We're putting the final touches on it now, but when this hits the market, it won't last long. Want the inside scoop before anyone else? DM me to be the first to know when this hits the market. So we have 50 of these, and this is what realtors do. They're going to be able to use this. I didn't want to put them all in here, but because we got to go over the thing, but this is where you can make money. So the prompt library, that's basically what it is. What is a prompt library? Imagine you have a collection of your favorite recipes, game strategies, or playlist templates that you can use anytime. That's exactly what a prompt library is. A prompt library is your personal collection of AI prompts that work very well for your task. Instead of starting from scratch every time, you save and reuse your best prompt, like having cheat code for better AI conversation. Think of it like saving Instagram caption templates, keeping a list of good conversation starters, having study guide templates for different subjects. So why prompting matters for student efficiency, save time on homework. For approach, rewriting writing the same type of prompt every time, AI will give you an inconsistent answer all the time. Good approach, save a template like explain. This is the variable. This is where you would put in whatever topic you want. For a high school student with examples, AI gives consistent, helpful responses. So the bottom line is if you use AI bad, you're going to get bad results. Consistency, get reliable results. Poor approach, different prompts, different quality every time. One thing I don't think AI would do is give you the same answer twice. You can ask it the same thing twice and it won't give you the same exact answer. You know what I'm saying? So the more you are consistent, the more it's going to give you a consistent answer. You know what I'm saying? Because you're basically training it over time. Poor approach, different prompts, different quality every time. Good approach, tested template, you know what to expect. Learning builds your AI skills. Poor approach, forgetting what worked last time. Good approach, keep track of your best prompts and improve them over time. Same AI, different results. Weak prompt, help with the essay. Generic writing tip, that's a weak prompt. Strong prompt, help me create an outline for a persuasive essay about climate change for my English class. Explain math, weak prompt. Explain how to solve quadratic equations step by step with an example I can follow. Clear, helpful tutorial. Strong prompt. So strong prompts give clear context and details, turning vague requests into precise, useful results. Can anybody tell me, does anybody remember what a vague prompt is? Yeah, he got it. Yeah. So that's what it is. A vague prompt is basically a bad prompt. You know what I'm saying? It's a vague prompt is going to give you a vague answer. It's basically you being lazy with the prompt. He kind of hit that on the nail. So the 4 parts for a great prompt template. This is going to be a little different than the 4 that I normally gave y'all with the person, the context, output indicator, and description, because this is actually for a template. So we're going to talk about number 1, context. Give AI background info. I'm a 10th grader studying biology. 2, instructions. Tell AI exactly what to do. Example, explain hypothesis in simple terms. 3, format. Say how you want the answer. Use bullets and include an example. 4, this is the difference between, this is a little different than how we did before. We're talking about variable. Mark what changes each time. Topic, subject, grade level. So when you think about it, all you're doing is, so what happens too is I've created prompts that have turned into a framework for me because I realized this is a prompt that I'm gonna use a lot. So what happens, all I gotta do is save it. And that's a framework for me. So it's really, really simple as far as creating them. Key point, variables and brackets make your prompts reusable. How to organize your library. Organized by use case, most practical. Like me, my 50 prompts for attorneys is in a whole different folder than my prompt for lawyers. But even my 50 prompts for attorneys is broken down into 4 different sections. You know what I'm saying? Even though I still keep them in one folder. Better organized, the better you are. And I ain't gonna lie, I ain't the best in organizing. So, organized by use case, most practical. School and homework, essay help, math explanations, study guide, creative project, story ideas, art descriptions, video scripts, communication, email templates, social media captions, research, finding resources, summarizing articles. So if you actually were serious about this and said, you know what, I'm gonna get into this prompting game and try to see what I could do with it. First, play with it, help yourself, act like you got fake clients, see what they do, and then be like, yo, I might end up being able to consult with someone because I learned a little bit about AI and even consultation, you can make some money. People will pay you for that, So when you need help with homework, you think, this is what you would typically think. I need a prompt. You don't think I need that prompt I made on Tuesday because you're doing the same thing over and over, not realizing. So pro tip, start with 3 to 5 categories that match your life. So this right here is what I really want you guys to do. You don't have to do 3. So this weekend, I'm saying this week, just when you come next Saturday, it's not next Saturday, right? That's Thanksgiving, right? So just come up with one framework. It's from 1 to 3. If you come up with 3, we know you really put some work in to understand what we're doing. I'm gonna make sure you get this because it's really, really simple. It's just creating something so somebody can fill in the blanks and it would make sense. Don't come up with something where you say, well, they fill in the blanks and you the only one could use it. Even though I can't really say that because if it's your framework, it really doesn't matter anyway. Even if you do that, it doesn't matter because I just want you to come up with frameworks, whether you could use them or you could sell them. Where to store your prompts, easy options for students. Google Docs, Notion, Note apps, and folders. Who knows what Google Docs is? Everybody. Notion is what I just talked about. Note apps, folders, A folder is a regular folder. That's what I put my stuff in. I do have a lot of stuff at Notion though. I have a ton of stuff stored at Notion. Creating your first template. Find a prompt that worked really well. Identify what could change. Topic, subject, tone. Replace those parts with variables inside these brackets. Add notes about when to use it. Test it with 2 to 3 different inputs. Example template. So this is how you guys can and girls can figure out how to do this. This is simple. Once you look at this, and like I said, I'm going to make sure I get this to everybody's email. I'm going to send it to Marvin. And you got everybody's email? Tia, you got everybody's email too? Okay. So explain topic for a grade level student. Use simple language and include a real world example. Why this matters. 1 practice question. Focus on specific output, a specific aspect if relevant. So you can actually take this. This can be, you can use this. If you want to use this template, I don't care. I just want you to next week be able to say why you came up with that template and what it's for. But this right here is your template. You can actually take this or revise it because what you're doing is you're filling in the topic, the grade level, the specific aspect. Explain for a grade level student, focus on specific aspect if relevant. You're filling that in those blanks. What's 1 prompt you use that you want to save? So demo, student templates, part 1, homework helper. I'm a grade student working on subject. Help me understand the topic by explaining it in simple terms, giving a real world example, creating a practice problem I can try. Essay brainstorming. Help me brainstorm ideas for a tight essay about topic for my class. I need 3 to 5 main points, evidence suggestions, a strong thesis statement. So basically you're just looking at this and you're filling in the blanks. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. These are actually prompting frameworks and they're just simple. Study guide creator. Create a study guide for what the topic is, what the subject is. Just 2 variables you gotta fill in. Simple template. How to use this template? Replace topic with specific topic you're studying. Photosynthesis, World War II, quadratic equations, and subject with your classmate, biology, history, algebra 2. So this is just an organizational chart from the CEO to the director, finance, marketing, HR, testing and improving your template. How to make templates better. Test with different topics. Does it work for multiple situations? And that's the more situations it actually works for, the more valuable that prompt is. You know what I'm saying? So if you decided to say, you know what, I like this prompt engineering, I'm gonna get into this. The more your 1 prompt works for multiple situations, the more valuable it is because now you can put that prompt to the side and say, this prompt is good for 10 different areas. Construction, for this, for that, for this. So when you actually put your packages together, because eventually I'm gonna have a whole bunch of packages together for different, like right now I got realtors, I gotta put my promotional package together for lawyers. So I gotta figure out what's next. You know what I'm saying? It might be teachers. I don't know. I got to see how often they do things as far as consistency, as far as emails, brainstorming, sending out social media posts, even social media posts. Even in the realtor thing, we have prompts for them to be able to post on social media, just like that. Saves time. It saves time and also doesn't dumb you out. That's the good thing about it. Because to me, if anything's gonna save you time, I want you to get smarter and not get dumber. Because most things that save you time make you get dumber. Update regularly. Add notes about what works best. Version control. Keep version 1, version 2 if you make big changes. I think when it says add notes on what works best, I mean, that's basically you have to think with that. You got to brainstorm. You got to, you know what I'm saying? You got to think. And I love that part where you have to think. A student tested their explained math concepts template with algebra, geometry, and calculus. And then added include visual diagram because it helped every time. So basically they already had a template, but once they started using the template, they came to the conclusion that, you know what, if I can add a visual diagram with this, it'd be better. And that's thinking. Your best template gets better over time as you use and improve them. Steps involved in prompt engineering, like we just went. Step 1, defining the task. Step 2, identifying the input. Step 3, creating detailed prompt. Step 4, refining the prompt. When sharing is great, helping classmates learn better, collaborating on group projects, build a class prompt library together. What to check first. Does this contain personal information? So this is we talk about ethics and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So no matter what you do and however you use the internet, you want to always consider consider, is this right? Does this hurt anybody? Does this harm anybody? If you write a story on something and it is really, really harmful to another group of people, you need to think about that. You know what I'm saying? Does my teacher allow AI help for this assignment? Most teachers probably won't, because most teachers are not really ready, and that's a sad thing about us right now where we at. And I can't really say it's sad because the AI realm is moving so fast. They actually haven't even given the schools and the education departments time to actually catch up. So I can't say it's sad, it's a sad situation overall. Should I cite that I use AI for this work? These are the things. So if you have an assignment, like, does these things really matter? Will you really ask your teacher? You know what I'm saying? If you're using it, would you really tell her? Because most teachers are coming back saying, yo, we could tell the students are using AI. They're not even hiding it. They're not even trying to figure out a way to say I'm not using it. Like, they just boldly just giving them what straight come out the computer, no edits or nothing. And that means you're not using your brain. So the bad part about that too is next year, so it is now mandatory that they can. Now, not particularly ChatGPT, because that has an age thing on it, 18 and up, I think. I think if you're under that, I think your parent has to have some type of parental involvement. I know ChatGPT is 18. So, and I would assume that the other ones are too. You know what I'm saying? So that is just something we have to consider when you're doing an assignment. Like, are these things, should you be asking your teacher? But the thing about it is, like, it's so messed up because, like I said, everybody's not on the same plane right now as far as it is supposed to be taught, K through 12, AI curriculums in schools. It's supposed to be mandatory, even from the state, but it's not because everybody's not ready. And even the people who's making it mandatory, they don't even have the manpower to go see if everybody's doing it. But as of now, it is supposed to be done. China is doing it. From 4 years old up, it is mandatory that they learn AI, and they are in every class. But we're not over here. And so that's why I keep telling everybody in here, you have an upper hand, man, than everybody else, especially if you go home and practice. You know what I'm saying? Because most people is not using these tools, particularly of your color. Because I'm telling you now, if you go into any of the rooms of these big AI companies, you are not in the room. You are not sitting there making these codings, building these models. You are not there. And that's just what it is. So what do? You create your own space. You create your own room. You create your own crew. And you come up with something. Don't worry about not being there, but you do have access to the same exact tools that they have. So, like, that's the good part about it, right? Even if you can't get in the room, they're letting you know, look, we ain't putting you in this room. We ain't gonna let you build these algorithms to be fair, nothing like that. But we are going to give you the same tool and we're gonna give you the same access, but we know you probably ain't gonna do nothing with it. And that's why because they do know. Most people ain't gonna do nothing with these tools. Most people gonna go home and come next week and just learn again, and then it goes in one ear out the other. They know this. But there's gonna be some people that's gonna shock them. And they're gonna be like, such and such from the South Side came up with what? What kind of app? Get him up here right now. Like the boy with the hand. This is serious. Like, this is like, I come here, man, and I look forward to teaching y'all because one day I want somebody to surprise us and be like, yo, prompt engineer guy. I want News 12 to say this guy from Mount Vernon, he's a prompt engineer. He did a contract and such got 1.5. Be like, yo, is that such and such from the group? Like, one day I hope this kicks in and you go home and really use this and practice with this, because this is the new future. And you guys is falling right into it. Like, this is, when you go to college, if that college doesn't have AI, I would reconsider going to that college. That college is not using AI in their studies, I would think about going to that college. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of colleges today are teaching kids for jobs that won't exist and will be automated. But right now they got to do what they got to do to get that money. So what I'm saying is take advantage of this. Like I said, I'm going to give everybody all the PowerPoints that we went over. It is up to you to study and figure out how to use it and get to the next plane. Because that's one of the problems that we have, is fear of how do we get to the next step. So we just don't even try because of the fear. So don't worry about that. Fear is part of life. You know what I'm saying? Losing, let me tell you something, man. The best winners in life lost 1,000 times. The real winners lost 1,000 times, but they took those. Me, you know how many business, if you can ask anybody, yo, Erik, man, that dude been doing stuff for the last 30 years, but he don't stop. That's the thing about it, is I don't stop and say, you know what, I'm gonna just go work a job and that's it, you know? So your assignment for next week, create 3 templates before next week, before you get here. Number 1, template 1, school homework homework. It's up to you, though. Pick what you want. Pick a subject you use AI for. Create a reusable template. Test it with 2 different topics. Number 2, creative project. Writing, art, video, music, your choice. Make a template for brainstorming or planning. Try it with 2 different ideas. Template 3, your choice. Communication, research, or personal interest. Something you would actually use. Test it twice to make sure it works. Thank you.
Can you go back to that?
What we learned today: prompt libraries save time and improve results. Organization by use case makes prompts easy to find. Templates use variables to make prompts reusable. Testing and improving templates make them better over time. What next week? Let's see what you got. Present your complete AI workflow. Demonstrate everything you learned. Show off your prompt library. Celebrate how far you've come. Remember, start building your library today. Even one good template makes a difference. So just so y'all see, I want y'all to so I can give you all an idea of my prompts for realtors and how much stuff it covers. So as you can see, you got the classic ML listing description, generates a comprehensive SEO friendly description. The luxury listing description crafts an evocative, sophisticated narrative for high-end properties. The starter home description creates a warm, welcoming description for first-time buyers. The social media blitz captions generates captions for Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn for a new listing. The coming soon teaser, y'all already seen that one. The price improvement announcement positively announces a price reduction to re-engage interest. The open house invitation creates an inviting invitation for email and social media. The video tour script outline structures a compelling 90-second property video tour script. The unique feature spotlight creates a short blog post for our social feature on single unique property feature. Last, I'll give you number 10. The ad copy generator, Zillow Facebook ads, writes concise, click-focused ad copy for digital platforms. They're getting 50 of these, and I'm only charging $99. You know what I'm saying? And I'm giving them I'm actually setting up their GPT. So, because what happens is, in order to use these, you are going to just go to your GPT and say, pull up 6. And if 6 has 6 variables that need to go in, all you're doing is telling ChatGPT, pull up 6, put the 6 variables in, because you already have it in front of you what it is, go, done. That was probably 20 seconds. You know what I'm saying? So this is something where you guys can try to, put together, learn, and try to make some money. I know I am.